Welcome to episode 2. Remember the good old days when being number 1 on Google was like the holy grail? That thing that nobody's ever found, but we all think is in Ethiopia because Joe Rogan told us that. Thanks, Joe. So many things would be hidden without you. Like the reasons why the pyramids exist. The aliens. Dude, Graham Hancock's dope though. Okay, sorry. Well, hold on to your hats. This isn't about the Holy Grail or Joe Rogan, because Google just changed the game. Whoa, changed the game. In this episode, we're asking a bold question, and not like in font terms. Are traditional keyword rankings becoming obsolete? Before you gasp, listen up. Thanks to the AI changes Google rolled out, especially after I/O 2025, the way we measure SEO success needs a serious update, and that is why I am making these episodes. If you're a solo entrepreneur or small business owner who's watched your treasured keyword rankings bring in less and less traffic, you are not imagining things. Let's talk about why chasing that number 1 spot, number one stunner. Let's talk about why chasing that number 1 spot isn't the end-all be-all anymore, and what to do instead. First, let's look at how people's searches themselves are evolving. With AI in the mix, users are searching in more natural and complex ways. We're talking longer queries, full-on questions, follow-up, basically treating Google more like a conversation now. In fact, since Google's AI features rolled out, the number of longer multi-part searches has grown 49% year over year. We can call that the GPT effect because this is how people interact with ChatGPT. People are typing 8, 10, even 15-word queries or just speaking to their phones in complete questions. One study noted a 7-fold jump in searches using 8 or more words. Think about it. Instead of just best coffee Arizona, users might ask, what's the best late night coffee place in Phoenix with free Wi-Fi? The AI can handle that complexity. We got that B-roll, says Google. This means the old strategy of picking a short keyword and obsessively optimizing for it, I must rank number 1 for coffee shops in Phoenix, is less in tune with how users are searching today. Now, here's the kicker. Even when you rank number 1, users might not click your link if Google's AI already answered their question. Google's AI overview often appears above the traditional search results and all of those dreaded pay-for links, giving users a synthesized answer. If the AI answer is satisfying, many users won't bother scrolling to the organic links at all. We're seeing a steady rise in these so-called zero-click searches. As I mentioned in episode 1, go and watch it if you want to hear me mention it and actually lay sort of the foundation for the overall. Anyway, watch my videos because I'm like, watch my videos, like, subscribe, comment. According to Bright Edge data, Google search impressions, how often your site shows up, went up 49%, but actual clicks to websites fell 30% over the last year. Why? Because the AI is giving people what they need without them clicking through as often. In plain English, being the top blue link isn't a guarantee of traffic anymore. It's like being the best shop on a street where shoppers are now window shopping instead of coming in to buy. We need a new paradigm to get them in the door or to measure success in other ways. And I don't know quite what that is yet, but I'm working on it. You could say Google search is going through a midlife crisis. I clearly am not fake chain. It used to be straightforward. 10 blue links, the higher you were, the more traffic you got. Now it's a fancy AI friend answering questions for users, and suddenly Our old tricks don't get the attention they used to. It's as if we spent years learning how to win a race and then Google changed it to a triathlon. And they've done that before. Time to learn some new skills. So what really matters now? If tracking individual keyword rankings is losing relevance, what should you focus on? Let's break it down. Overall visibility versus single keyword rank. Start looking at your total search visibility. This means how often your brand appears across all different search features, AI overviews, people also ask, maps, images. Your reviews really matter. Your reviews really matter. Images, is another good one. Google's own experts suggest that visibility at the AI layer now becomes imperative. For example, maybe your site's click-through traffic dropped for Coffee Shop Phoenix, but perhaps you're being mentioned in AI overviews for late-night coffee shops in Phoenix and showing up in the local pack for Wi-Fi cafes. Those are wins, even if they don't show up as #1 rank for one keyword. Impressions, views, and presence are the new metrics to watch. In fact, some SEO pros are saying that impressions might become the primary benchmark for SEO success. It's about being seen, again, fresh, drippy fit, even if not immediately clicked. Item 2, topic coverage over exact keywords. Google's AI, and actually deviating, I'm gonna have a social media series on this too, where having a huge number of followers doesn't quite matter as much as topical relevance anymore. And we can talk later, or hit me up in the comments, or connect with me on cloudelephants.com if you want to learn more about topic coverage and AI-generated content. Google's AI thinks in terms of topics and questions. It's like a giant idea dictionary, sort of like an encyclopedia, but way smarter and like way more networked and connected. It's sort of like a brain. Google's AI thinks in terms of topics and questions, not isolated keywords. If a user's query is, how do I improve my website's SEO on a small budget? The AI isn't looking for the page that just repeats small budget SEO 50 times. It's analyzing who thoroughly addresses that topic. That means your content strategy should cover entire topics comprehensively. Let me say that again. Your content strategy should cover entire topics comprehensively. Why? Because LLMs are idea dictionaries. It takes the needle and generates the haystack, and you want to activate the correct parts of the brain by generating content that covers the area of the brain associated with a topic, right? It's not just about a keyword, it's about the idea. So you want to cluster your content around themes and common questions rather than obsessing on one keyword per page. That's old school. If you have a main page about SEO on a budget, include subsections or linked articles on related questions, tools for budget SEO, case studies, quick wins, etc. The AI loves conversational FAQ style content that mirrors the way users ask questions. In fact, I'm embedding those in most of my keyword optimized pages. One industry veteran noted that the old keyword-centric model is, quote, ineffective if not obsolete. I would agree. And marketers must shift towards conversational content and track visibility instead of just clicks. In short, think like your customer and speak their language. We should have always had empathy for the user, but we were writing SEO content for the machine. Not like Bert Kreischer, the machine. Or actually, we're supposed to say Bert Chrysler, I think. If they ask a question, you should have answered it somewhere on your site in a clear, natural way. So again, collaborating with your SEO team is really important so that they can make sure to have coverage of the questions your customers are actually asking. Topic 3, conversational and long-form queries. Here's a practical tip. Review your site and see if you're addressing the types of longer questions people might ask. Do you have an FAQ page? Do your blog posts read like you're answering someone's specific question? If not, consider adding that. For example, on a product page, include a Q&A, like I talked about. It's almost like I was a part of writing this script. For example, on a product page, include a Q&A section. Will this coffee maker work for cold brew? And then answer it. Right? Just answer the question. Google's AI mode, the chat style search, loves to surface follow-up questions. If someone asks one question and Google gives an AI overview, the user might then tap follow-up or ask for more detail. Perplexity actually provides you with the next most likely questions. Maybe you should include those in your content. If your content anticipates those follow-ups, you increase your chances of being pulled into that multi-step dialogue. Multi-step queries are becoming the norm, with users expecting reasoning and cited answers. So ensure your content isn't just a one-shot answer. Make it part of a broader conversation. Pretend like you're talking to a human now and not the SEO ranking algorithm. Just make a good website that's interesting and engaging. That's what Google's been saying all along. The next one, I think it's four? Whatever comes after the one before. Diversify your SERP footprint. The search engine results page, or the search results page, SERP, isn't just 10 links anymore. It's a smorgasbord of maps, videos, people also ask questions, images, and more, often alongside AI overviews. To stay visible, think beyond the classic blue link. Again, build engaging, interesting, relevant content for your customers. Can you create a quick explainer video that might show up in results? An infographic image that could appear? A compelling Q&A that might land in people also ask? SEO is about owning as much real estate as possible. For example, maybe you won't get the click on the initial query, but if you show up in a related people also ask and catch the user's interest, you get a second chance. This holistic approach means your content strategy includes text, images, and even audio video. Hello, multimodal search. More on that in the last episode of this series. Google I/O 2025 highlighted that search is going visual and interactive, like with live search and lens integrations. Let me kind of go off script literally here. What's happening in an LLM is the translation of all of the relationships between words as concepts into that idea dictionary to create a mathematical representation of the world. You could call it a world model. Now, this linguistic representation can also be translated into audio. Audio is often words and audio can have a relationship. But guess what? Images also have a relationship to words because the language that we use to describe the world does not happen independent of what we can perceive. So all of these mathematical representations converge in trying to express the relationships between things. Multimodality, in effect, means multiple different ways of interacting with the exact same information. Given that these machines have now established a world model, these world models are multimodal and able to connect language to images, to sound, to video. This means that engaging content in future form factors that do not include a screen with links, because that will be outdated when people are interacting with their glasses and not clicking or touching as they are now. We need to prepare engaging content that can be presented to users in a variety of formats. And if you look at the tools Google is releasing in many cases for free, you're going to note that audio, video, imagery, and text are all outputs of these multimodal models. Say that 5 times fast. I'm not gonna do it. Those outputs are going to be relevant because they're also the inputs for discovery. So optimizing exclusively for plain text keywords is leaving a lot of opportunity on the table. Item 5, fifth, rethinking success metrics. Since we can't rely on the old rank number 1, get click formula, it's like a caveman. Rank 1, get click formula. How do we measure SEO success in this AI first world? The new metrics to watch: impressions and AI citations. Monitor how often your pages are appearing in search results, even if they're not clicked. Google Search Console might soon have, if it doesn't already, metrics for AI overview appearances. Those are gold. They mean your content was deemed relevant by the AI, even if users didn't click. engagement and brand searches. If users see your brand via an AI answer and later search your brand name or go direct to your site, that's a win. Keep an eye on branded search volume and direct traffic. They might rise thanks to AI exposure. Conversion rate of actual visits. When you do get a click, it might be someone who already saw part of your answer in the AI overview and is now really interested in more. Consider cold traffic to be more likely a warm lead. This is a hypothesis still. So they're a warmer lead. Focus on converting those folks, whether it's a newsletter sign up, inquiry, or sale. A smaller volume of highly qualified traffic can beat a larger volume of lukewarm traffic. Next, new content performance. If you start creating more conversational content or covering new long-tail topics, measure how those pages gain visibility. You might find they quickly pick up impressions, even if they don't get traditional rankings at first. Last but not least, adapt or get left behind. Adapt or get tough love. This is tough love. If we keep reporting SEO success the way we did 5 years ago, we're going to miss the bigger picture and our clients are probably going to be disappointed. It's time to adapt our mindset and explain these changes to our stakeholders or clients. Yes, maybe that means telling your boss or client their precious keyword report isn't the sole source of truth anymore. All of those things that you've been selling might not quite be as valuable. One insightful quote from a recent report said, "We need to rethink performance, not in terms of click-throughs, but in terms of influence. Getting your content in front of the user at the right time, even if indirectly, is paramount." Influence can mean being part of the answer or sparking the user's interest. So ask yourself, is my content influencing the conversation, or am I invisible unless someone clicks a link? If it's the latter, time to change strategy. And frankly, you probably need to align this with social media and make sure your multimodal content is present for users across platforms as the internet effectively gets smaller and smaller. So in conclusion, the traditional keyword ranking isn't dead, but it's no longer the singular focus it once was. It's one piece of a much larger puzzle. Instead of chasing one keyword crown, build a kingdom of content that covers your niche thoroughly and credibility. Saturate the idea dictionary. Be everywhere the idea of your brand needs to be. The future of SEO is about being in all the right places in the search journey, not just at the top of one list, because it's the robots who are searching now. For solo entrepreneurs and small businesses, this is actually empowering. By being agile and smart with content, you can outmaneuver bigger competitors stuck in the old paradigm. If you're feeling a bit overwhelmed by this shift, don't worry. You don't have to navigate it alone. Hit me up at cloudelephants.com. We specialize in helping businesses pivot to this AI-first SEO strategy, and we offered bundled services that align your digital marketing in an omni-channel way, meant to be a multimodal approach to marketing. AI marketing, marketing to the robots. We can analyze your current visibility, identify new opportunities like those unanswered questions you could be owning, and help you track the metrics that actually matter in 2025 and beyond. Our audits will show you where you can gain influence, not just clicks. And as a fractional CTO service, we can even implement the changes for you and integrate them into your business processes so that you can build AI-backed automation systems across your organization. That's awesome, right? Hit the link in the description to book a free discovery call. Go to my website, cloudelephants.com, fill out the form and see how an AI agent can create a roadmap for you based on the tools and services that we provide so that we can help you get more done with less. Let's redefine your SEO and digital marketing success and keep you ahead of the curve. Talk to you soon.